Delaware General Assembly passed a law in 2009 that legalized sports betting. Mr. Kovac, you voted for this bill in the House. But the major sports leagues challenged the law in court, and judges limited Delaware's offerings to pro football parlays only, according to a 1992 federal law called the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act. New Jersey has taken the sports betting issue to the federal court again. So what I want to ask is, would you support a repeal or a modification of the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act that would allow Delaware and other states to offer full-service sports betting and collect additional tax revenue from gambling?
And Mr. Kovac, the first response is yours.
Thank you, Doug. That was a hot-button issue back in the General Assembly. And, you know, I think, again, this comes to states' rights. It comes to federal control, states' rights. What place, if any, does the federal government have in limiting or setting up specific states with monopolies in the sports betting industry? Clearly, we do have a state like that. It's called Nevada. I mean, we all know about Nevada sports betting. We all see, you know, if you want to go place a bet, you go to Las Vegas. I mean, and then the NCAA and pro football come and sue little old Delaware because that's going to ruin the integrity of sports when they're looking to put sports leagues in Las Vegas. I think it's hypocritical position that they took. I think we should, as a federal government, repeal that. I do not believe that it's a fair application of law. I also believe that it is highly prejudicial versus the states that didn't have sports betting at the time they put that law into place. I don't think it's a fair approach. I would support its repeal.
Very good. Mr. Carney.
I consider part of my job as Delaware's lone member of Congress is to protect our economic advantages, business advantages that we have. That includes the Chancery Court, corporate law. That includes our preferred position as the place for a bankruptcy venue. We have a huge legal community here that does that kind of work. And our hope was, Delawareans' hope was, because of that earlier law that you mentioned, that we would have a special advantage over other states. The court decision came out in such a way that it didn't give us much advantage in that respect. I don't think it would serve Delaware's interests well at all to overturn or make it possible for all states to have sports betting across the country. And I would be concerned as well of the impact that would have on gambling and young athletes under pressure to shave points or whatever. We've had those scandals in the past, and we could have them again. But fundamentally, I think part of my job is to protect the business and economic advantages that we have at a state. We're a small state.
Scott Guesty.
I'm not familiar with all the things in the act, so I'm not sure if I could repeal it, but I certainly believe that everybody in every state should have the right to gamble on sports if they want to. It's their money. I agree, it's a state rights issue. The federal government shouldn't be dictating to the states what people can do with their own money and their own free will. So, you know, I'm tending to lean towards yes, we would probably want to repeal that bill. I don't think that there's a lot of threat of college kids becoming instantly corrupt if we have more people gamble. So my position would be yes. I mean, we should be allowed to gamble and spend our money as ever we want in a free society.
Mr. August.
I don't believe in gambling. It's a vice. I know we have our vices. We drink, we smoke. But the corruption within the sporting industry and the monopolies of the football, National Football League, the Hockey League, and the various, I would say, monopolies that the owners have over the players. It precedes corruption. I think the NCAA is a corrupt organization. I think that kids go to school, and the leagues pick these kids up. They go to school education, hoping they can get into the league, and they're exploited. I don't like this. So, and as for Delaware letting more gambling in this state, I think would be a travesty of our economic system. All it does is make poor people poor.